Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the No-Cap recap of the November 15th, 2022 Season 10 premiere 2-hour episode of The Curse of Oak Island called On Their Marks. If you missed my recaps of previous episodes, there's a link in the upper right. Let's get into it. There's an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for more than 227 years. After a brief Oak Island history recap and showing the team arriving on Oak Island this past spring, they gather in the war room and via video conferencing. They've decided that all work done this year will be objective-based. To that end, Dr. Ian Spooner has begun an expansion of his water testing, getting samples from the red dots on the map in order to determine the water flow direction in each location, which will tell what direction the gold content is coming from. Craig Tester gives the Muon technology update, saying the operation is in place and the data collection is proceeding, but it could take the entire summer before they have the information. The closer something is to one of the sensors, the faster they will have that data. Marty announces that, in regards to the swamp, they have forged a cooperative relationship with the indigenous Mi'kmaq people's leadership, but that currently the off-limits areas are still the same as last year, indicated by the filled-in red circle. They have applied for permits to resume the excavation work on the ship-shaped anomaly in the further west area of the swamp. They had to stop that operation last year in order to use the swamp as a reservoir to feed the industrial wash plant used to clean and search the spoils from the money pit digs later last season. As far as research, the trips to other countries are mentioned, and Rick says there are currently people in France, Portugal, the Azores, Italy, and London searching historical archives for anything regarding Oak Island and the groups in those countries that possibly have Oak Island ties. Marty says they will continue metal detecting Lot 8 just west of the swamp due to the numerous finds there last season. After the first commercial break, Rick and Marty joined the team at borehole K15.5, one of those red dots I showed you previously. Marty Lagina and metal detection expert Gary Drayton return to Lot 8 and find another offshoot as well as this mystery find that will be CT scanned. Back at borehole K15.5, they hit wood just past the 100-foot level, including this part of a beam indicating a shaft or tunnel. The beam has likely adze marks on it, a wood shaping tool that goes back 2,000 years to ancient Egypt. They also find puddled clay used as a water sealant. They think it's a 5-foot high tunnel and that it would lead directly to the money pit. They will try to verify that with more boreholes and also collect a water sample here. Blacksmith Carmen Legg can't identify the encrusted J-shaped object until he has shown the results of the CT scan done by new archaeologist/engineer team member Emma Culligan. He then IDs it as a heavy bunk hook connected to a chain and used for lifting cargo. The style was used heavily in the 1500s and could support up to 8 tons. Approximately 11 feet southeast of the previous borehole, they are hoping to intersect what is believed to be a 5-foot high tunnel at location M16.25. At 102 feet, they encounter wood and then a 4-foot void, so they think it's the same tunnel. The team will use a well camera to take a look. They see what they believe to be beams from the ceiling of a tunnel. The hole in the beam would indicate a wood dowel used as a fastener, which would predate searcher activity, which indicates original depositor activity. They have the video cleaned up by a third-party company so that it provides a clearer image at higher resolution. As seen here, they have sent the wood from the previous borehole for carbon dating. The team puts a sonar down the borehole and it shows the tunnel extending 35 feet to the left and then stops at what Rick thinks is a collapse. The right side ends in a conical shape, indicating it keeps going past the sonar limitations. Also of note, this borehole appears to intersect perfectly in the middle of a slight bend in the tunnel. Gary and Jack Begley begin metal detecting Lot 7, just west of Lot 8. They find this musket ball and what Gary believes to be a square coin. After testing, Emma reveals it to be mostly copper with a high concentration of arsenic, which dates it back to the 1500s or before. It was used for many things, but Emma also agrees that it's probably a coin. For Surveyor Steve Guptill integrates the sonar data with the Money Pit map and projects the newly discovered tunnel as continuing just west of the garden shaft, which they discovered in 2017. The carbon dates on the wood come back as percentages between 1640 to 1810, which could fall either side of the Money Pit discovery in 1795. Dr. Spooner reports that the water tests revealed that the highest concentration of gold so far is in the garden shaft, and the water from it appears to be heading from the north to the south down to the newly discovered tunnel at the K and M boreholes. The team will do more water samples in the area to confirm the data. This season, on the Curse of Oak Island, Gary and Jack find this metal with a jewel in it, presumably on Lot 7, and the expert says it probably is Roman. The team visits what researchers say is a sacred Templar chamber in a Royston, United Kingdom cave that commemorates the Templars' voyage to Oak Island. Peter uses ground-penetrating radar to find this, which Jack says could possibly be the hatch. Dr. Spooner says the carbon date on it is 1028 to 1172. The garden borehole drilling hits a 10-foot tall void, and Marty says, "Let's dig it." The Season 10, Episode 2, called Across the Pond, No Cap Recap, will be linked in the upper right once I post it. I'll continue recapping The Curse of Oak Island as the episodes continue this season, as well as catch up on the previously aired Beyond Oak Island episodes, as my schedule allows. Once again, I'm Coach Steve Money, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. You can email me about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel. That would be CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Channel donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the ground at Coach Steve Money. And, of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you so much for watching.